Socrates said, no citizen has the right to be an amateur in the matter of physical training. What a disgrace it is for a man to grow old without ever seeing the beauty and strength at which his body is capable. Gentlemen, strength is the foundation of all the success in your life. When I talk about strength, yes, I am talking specifically about physical strength. Physical strength is a precursor to mental strength, emotional strength, and in my opinion, spiritual strength. See, so many of you right now are pointing your fingers at things outside of you as the reason as to why you are not where you want to be. You're pointing at the addiction to pornography. You're pointing at the boss that you have. You're pointing at everything that is outside of your control as the reason as to why you are not happy and is why you are not where you want to be. And the truth is, for the vast majority of men, the reason why they aren't where they want to be is because they are not doing the things necessary to get them to where they say they want to be. And when they look at themselves in the mirror, there's a direct reflection that they are not living up to the standard with that which they know they are capable. You know, I have a hard time respecting a man that does not physically push himself. I have a hard time. It doesn't matter how much money, it doesn't matter his position, his status, it doesn't matter his role in society. If I can look at a man and tell that he does not physically train, for me, I have a hard time respecting that man. Now, I'm somebody that has spent 25 years building myself up. And yes, a lot of my love and passion for physical training and bodybuilding came from a place of hurt. I grew up overweight. I grew up having to buy jeans in the Husky department at JCPenney's. And I can remember what that did to my confidence and identity. I can remember being a 13-year-old boy, spending the summer with my cousin down in South Florida and being embarrassed to take my shirt off. That left a lasting imprint on my heart. But what it did is it set me down this path of physical greatness, set me down this path of pushing my body beyond limitations that most people would ever possibly imagine. I didn't grow up around exceptional athletes. I didn't grow up around high level conditioning. And in fact, my family's legacy is that of mediocrity when it comes to physical fitness, struggling with weight, struggling with addiction, struggling with so many of the same issues that I see you guys out there struggling with. But I took it on me, I took it on myself to create the change. And when I say that strength is the foundation for your success in life, God, I mean it to be true. If you are not where you want to be right now in any capacity, whether it's struggling to branchly or in your career, look at yourself in the mirror naked. Are you a representation of hard work, discipline, perseverance, goal setting? You see, when somebody walks into the room that is a one percenter physically, without saying a word, that person is signaling so many things to every other person in that room. For one, they love and respect themselves. Pushing your body to physical greatness is love and respect. No citizen has the right to be an amateur in the matter of physical training. What a disgrace it is for a man to grow old without ever seeing that with which his body is capable of. So when somebody walks into a room representing peak physical strength, he's telling you that he is not an amateur. He is a professional in life. He's a professional in discipline. He's a professional in prioritization. He's a professional in self-love, self-gratitude, goal setting. All of these things are a reflection of your physical body. Now, the same goes true for the person that walks in overweight and obese, or the man that walks into a room frail and brittle. He's signaling that he is an amateur. When you shake a man's hand and you can tell that he's never picked up anything more than a 5-pound weight, that man is signaling that he's weak. And some of you may be triggered by that, and I hope you are, because it is a weakness. Your physical incapabilities are a weakness to yourself, and you're a weakness to the other people that are around you. You know, just this last week, I had an opportunity to serve at a Christian school. It was field day. My girlfriend has 2 young kids, 6 and 9 years old, elementary school. They go to a small Christian academy. And she asked me if I would participate in being a volunteer outside, running around, throwing balls, high-fiving kids, sweating, doing all the things that I love to do. And I remember walking into the lobby that morning before the field day started, seeing all the other dads around, seeing all the other volunteers. It was a pain on my heart because what I saw was mediocrity. What I saw were men that were not setting a standard in their lives and in their houses and in their families for peak physical greatness. Was I judging? Probably. Am I proud about that? I don't know. I don't know. If I look at another man and I can instantly tell that he's weak, I don't know if that's a judgment. I think it's actually reality. And if you are that man that when others see they're instantly cued to weakness, then here's your wake up call. Because where else is that showing up in your life? If every time you look at yourself, you're reminded that you're choosing the path of least resistance in your physical, where else are you choosing the path of least resistance? Probably in your relationships, probably in how you lead your kids, probably in the standard that which you hold to others, probably in your career, and certainly in your use with pornography. You see, gentlemen, I think so many of your problems that you guys are struggling with would go away if for the next 90 days you would commit to a radical physical transformation. Radical. Make certain things non-negotiables. Make prioritizing your strength, your health, your fitness a standard within your life that you do not negotiate with. It's been interesting this month. We're midway through March right now, and we brought back into our community our monthly fitness challenges. This is something that we were doing in the summer of last year. We took a few months off towards the end of the year while we were transitioning, moving our community from our old platform onto our new school community. But I remember the success that we had with it last year, and I don't know why I ever stopped it, but we've just reintroduced it this last year. I'm talking about inside of our brotherhood community. We have a monthly fitness challenge. And not every part of this is physical. It's not hitting snooze. It's reading 10 pages. But it is taking a cold shower. It is getting outside every day. It is doing 100 push-ups. And I'm so proud of the men that are in the group this month. I think it's the best in terms of follow through and execution that we've ever had. It hasn't been perfection, and I never expect it to be perfect with everybody. But man, when I see these daily reports and it's 5 out of 5, 5 out of 5, 4 out of 5, 5 out of 5, 5, man, it lights me up as the coach, right? And then I get to hear the men, I get to see the transformation, I get to read their messages, I get to talk to them on our calls and see how just dedicating a small percentage of their day to physically pushing and physically challenging themselves, how it transforms every area of our life. Are you struggling with mindset and mental fitness right now? The pathway to that is through physical transformation. Are you struggling emotionally right now? The pathway to conquering that is through the physical. Are you struggling with your walk with God? You don't feel like you're close to him. You don't feel like you can hear his voice. Well, gentlemen, here's one thing that I know to be true is God has called you to a higher standard, and he's waiting for you to step into that standard. And that standard includes no citizen being an amateur in the matter of physical training. Now, Socrates wasn't a Christian. He actually preceded Christ on earth. But his message, in my opinion, rings true to what God is calling each and every single one of you to. God is not calling you to be proud about your weakness. God is waiting for you on the other side of the discomfort, in the challenge, in the adversity that it's going to take for you to step into your physical greatness. Your success in life, your success at breaking free from porn, your success at breaking through financially, your success at creating the relationships that you want will be built upon a foundation of physical strength. But Frank, what about the millionaire? I don't care. Who could he be if he was a master of his body? So don't look at a small sample case of somebody that has succeeded in a particular area and not having strength. Ask the question, who could they be if they physically push themselves? Many of you right now are successful in many areas of life, financially, career-wise. Many of you are in successful relationships. Many of you are doing a great job leading your family. Who could you be if you set a higher standard for yourself in leading your children? Your children want a superhero to look up to. And if you are not the one, they're going to find one on the television or they're going to find one somewhere else to follow. Set the standard in the family for your children to model by becoming the man that God is calling you to be. And it starts with your physical. And I mentioned a physical challenge that we do inside of our brotherhood community. I shared with you guys every single episode here. We have a community of men that are all striving towards freedom, striving towards greatness, and included in this is the physical component. If you don't know, I spent a decade plus working in the fitness industry, and I've integrated my life's work in the fitness world into our school community. So when you join, yes, you get access to Reboot Your Life. Yes, you get access to internal arts, mindset, meditation practices. Yes, you get a study guide to take you through Atomic Habits to learn how to set proper goals and execute on building healthy habits. But you also get access to the Frank Rich Fitness Vault. Every muscle building program, activation pre-warm-ups, full 12-week courses, arm specialization, ab building, calves building, forearms, all of it. You want to master your physical? The Frank Rich Fitness Library Vault will help you in doing that. And you can get a free week trial right now if you visit school.com, SKOOL.com/reboot your life, or click the link down there in the show notes below. You can test drive all of this. You can begin to take action on the course, on your mindset, but more importantly, on your physical. But I'm into the exact same way I started it here. Gentlemen, no citizen or no man has the right to be an amateur in the matter of physical training. What a disgrace it is for each and every single one of you and for a man to grow old without ever seeing the beauty and strength at which his body is capable. Are you living up to that standard? Are you seeing what you're physically capable of? Because without pushing your physical, you cannot push your mind, you cannot push your spirit, you cannot push your life to where it's meant to be. Guys, I hope today's message inspired you to take action, to look inside, to look at yourself. Where do I need to be leveling up my physical? God bless you guys. Coach Frank, the Rebuild Man. Check us out, school.com, SKOOL.com /reboot your life. See you guys on the inside.